Hey y'all, Moses here. Welcome back to another episode of PUBG Academy. Today we have King Hate, and he is playing in a duo tournament of some kind. I don't have all the information on what kind of tournament this was played in, but since it was one of the more unique replays I've had submitted to myself, I thought I would take a look and see how it plays out. So we'll be jumping around, taking a look at some of this I guess, higher level duo competition, and we'll see how it goes. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, so for reference, it looks like we have Monkey Wizard is the partner of King Hate, and they are jumping into Chumisera. They do have one or two teams landing near them. Now, the one thing I notice in this lobby is that there are only 29 total teams. I'm not sure if that's just the format of the tournament or what, but regardless, we will see how it plays out. And it looks like these two gentlemen are going for a long float down to the island area. They might be trash looting. Looks like King Hate has his eyes set on a compound, with Monkey Wizard opting to land elsewhere. And we still have the bug where people are invisible, so that's a plus. So I guess we'll be in the first person viewpoint for a while. So one thing I notice, and this is a tournament, so it's not as important as it might be in a public game, but landing far from your teammate, if for whatever reason King Hate or Monkey Wizard were to get into a fight at this stage, that would be problematic for them, just to be able to support each other. But no less, we'll let the loot phase play out, as I imagine we will see not too much happening in the first little while, considering how much of the population is elsewhere on the map. Alright, so we are rejoining King Hate and Monkey Wizard a little bit later than I thought we would, but regardless, we're about 15 minutes into the match now. And they are just now finishing the longest possible loot phase, I think, imaginable. But again, considering how few people are actually in this tournament, it might have just been a matter of circumstance that they haven't seen anybody yet. So something to note is that they're playing very cautiously. The circle has centered around that Chumisera region where they ended up dropping. There are a few teams nearby. And it looks like Team 40 is going to be the one spotted here first by likely Monkey Wizard. He's looking around. And King Hate is a little bit further ahead. So they're both behaving in a way that suggests that they don't have a lot of information. It looks like Monkey Wizard's about to get flanked here. Oh, yeah. I think. What's Locksmith up to here? He can see him. He's not doing anything, though. Oh, he wanted to switch to the suppressor. Okay. So, very stealthy here is Locksmith and his friend Bluxy. They are right behind him. No one... Alright. Wow. Wow. Alright, well, they did not even down Monkey Wizard. All right. Fair enough. The circle has arrived. It looks like King Hate's going to go for the loot regardless. Monkey Wizard, having bandaged his wounds, will be doing the same. So nice clutch from King Hate, but not so good of an ambush from Team 40, who just completely botched that, and that's the end of that. So again, not entirely sure of the level in which we're playing at here, but regardless, we will skip a little bit further ahead and see what our two heroes here are going to do. Okay, so looking at the map, Define Legit and I'm Big K are in this. So these are pro players, or at least pro-level players. Define Legit having played on Ghost Gaming. I don't see anybody else I recognize in here, so this isn't some, like, throwaway tournament, but I don't know who else is in it. So we will see what happens, but for now it looks like our two heroes here on Team 30 don't have any immediate threats, and we have continued to center, so they're going to make their way there. Just going to check in with these two knuckleheads over here, old Define Legit and I'm Big K. Looks like they have a decent vantage point up here, but we'll check back in with them as this is not about them. So we'll see what happens with King Hate here. So that was their first engagement of the entire game, and it went in their favor. Monkey Wizard, I don't know. I'm getting, I kind of look at a body language standpoint, and I'm not getting a lot of confidence that I'm Monkey Wizard. Don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but the same kind of goes for King Hate. They don't really have any real rhyme or reason as to what they're doing. Maybe they have the tournament jitters as well. But even from a positioning standpoint, you know, I would just run like over here instead. You have cover on both sides and from the hill, but instead they're running in this kind of open plain area. King Hate specifically has heard that shot, so we'll see if he wants to go for it. We got Team 31 here, just on the edge of the zone. So spray there, and it looks like Monkey Wizard is not in a position to support. He can see Arubriera, but I didn't actually notice him running. So Monkey Wizard, not really getting a lot of visual information here. Like when you're, hold on a second. So if you're in this spot right now, and you're looking here, and you see nothing, the chances are, if you're Monkey Wizard, and something to keep in mind, is that they're not going to be there if you look there again. So if you didn't see them here, and then considering the vantage point, Monkey Wizard can see basically this entire area. And again, see now Monkey Wizard making the actual smart choice. This is a better position here, because even if someone flanks you from on top of the hill, you have some level of cover with this. So King Hate, in my opinion, is a bit out of position himself, but he took some fire and some shots there himself. So anyway, to my previous point is that if they are not in the immediate spot you've looked at, assume where they're going to be, which is moving this way, towards the zone or towards you or on a flank. So just keep that in mind, because Monkey Wizard, from his vantage point here, has allowed them to get right past him. He can see them on the left side of his screen. He just can't see them because he's so tunnel visioned. Like they're not even hard to see. They're like wide in the open there. There we go. All right, so King Hate is going to go on that wide flank. Smart move. They're actually getting flanked and murdered by this other guy. So Zodiac has come out of nowhere, and King Hate does not seem to care about that. So he's going to hug the edge of the zone. Oh, surprise. Nice kill. Sees another one. Mr. Scary. All right, and Monkey Wizard is hiding. So I don't like this spacing. If King Hate gets attacked here, which he's about to be, and gets downed, it's bad news for the whole team. Not to mention they have 30 seconds left. This fight needs to end now before they have to leave to the zone, which is pretty far away. Nice. So King Hate can shoot. It's just their positioning and teamwork needs a little bit of polish right now. So King Hate can already determine that they have way too far to go and not enough time. Monkey Wizard is probably giving him that information as he's already started his run up the hill. But now when you don't leave yourself enough time, look at all the teams on the edge of the zone that are all going, well, there's 2, but there's 4 total players moving towards this edge of the zone. Not to mention you have Team 33 here as well. So when you don't leave yourself enough time, you don't allow yourself the flexibility you need to make good decisions. All right. So King Hate can, well, he might be able to see Team 29 over there. We have the benefit of nameplates, so he might not be able to see him, even though it's obvious to us. Looks like they'll make the zone, and actually not with a good spot as well. I like this little divot, but they have to get down all the way. Team 29 is actually flanking I'm Big K and company over there, so yep. And Define Legit's out too, so the pros are out of the game. Team 30 here that we're following, again, now has to move down this hill and into a interesting spot. So I would say that Team 15 obviously has the best spot in the next and probably close to last play zone. But I do like the flexibility this gives them. The one thing that I am noticing a lot is that Monkey Wizard is just not really not really utilizing his vision. He's always kind of looking the same direction his teammate is. No one's looking behind. Like, this is a very obvious flanking route here, especially if you've been late to the zone by the invisible guys here. They'll appear shortly, but... So I'm sure they're interested to know who's shooting and where. King Hate. Ooh. Has spotted and taken out another 2 players. Nice kills. Monkey Wizard, at this point, hopefully fits in this level 3 backpack of King Hate. So now they have opportunity to get to the zone, which they've taken, which was very smart. You want to take the zone. They know that it's safe down here. They just killed 2 guys, so... Not sure about the house yet, I don't think. King Hate has spotted some more players. So here, I think that where they're at right now is actually a great spot. I don't think there's any necessity to push into these houses. You have to assume that they're occupied, even though they did just kill 2 guys. There's only 7 players remaining, which would indicate to me that there's likely people on the edge of the zone. These guys are very late over here. I don't know what their game plan is. But Scary's already in the zone that's moving. So these guys are going to get forced down to, at minimum, right here, which, again, gives this flexibility from this spot here. It gives this spot a lot more flexibility because you can move all the way around here, look up the edges and that kind of thing. And then, again, the assumption is that one or more of these buildings has players in it, and that's your second consideration. Yeah, Monkey Wizard is just tunnel visioning really hard. He's not really getting any... He's not in his scope. He's just kind of, he's just doing stuff. All right, so they've decided to leave this spot for some reason. Oh, maybe the new zone. Okay, so they want to get down into this divot for the new zone. Not as much info. I think that they could have held on to this for a little while longer. They still have a full minute before they have to move. They can easily... rotate down this way if they wanted to. Now, if someone pops out of this house, they can just run up on top of them, and they're in like a little kill box there. But, I mean, the zone is going to force... It looks like Biebler lost his teammate to the zone. And so it's 2 solos and 2 teams left. So these guys have no reason to move. They have the circle, and likely have had the whole game. So this is their strategy. And I mean, if you're playing to win, this is the correct strategy, other than maybe not standing so close together in a spot that nades could just land right next to you. But they're just not doing anything. The zone will force those 2 guys. Likely these guys will kill each other. Because these guys do not care one bit. I mean, he could poke his head out the window. That's what I would do if I was this guy. I'd be looking this way, but King Hate's got him. So King Hate got 1, and now it's going to be Keen's fate. Last man standing. There is 1 more zone after this. Yeah, they've taken their vision away. I guess I would maybe push up this way then, if you're going to look that way. But gives you exposure to those windows as well. But again, it's a tournament. Nerves might be an issue as well, which is something that everyone has to deal with it at the higher end of play or in a tournament that may or may not have a prize attached to it. All right, so our heroes got the zone here, but these guys don't have to leave their house still, I don't think. Enhance. Nope, they're in still. So the camping will continue. So for Keen's fate, he's got to come down to minimum, basically, yeah, right down here, like at this wall, I would say. So we'll speed it up and just kind of see what happens. This guy better be prone. Oh, he's not. Okay, so he comes down to the wall. Circle's moving. No nades coming out from these guys. He's got one in his inventory. I would be nading the absolute bejesus out of this. Okay, so the Monkey Wizard got himself a kill. So Keen's fate's dead. I would be nading these buildings because there's only one other place that they're going to be, and it's in one of these 2 buildings, right? So This is going to be the final zone. These guys have no incentive to move, I don't think. Yeah, this is the last zone. So I would be nading this building. There it goes. Perfect. Almost kills Elitist Jerk. This might be on the older patch with the nades aren't powerful. But that's what you want to be doing. Here comes a molly, I guess. So they know they're in there now. And they know they're in the top window. So, unless they don't have any more nades, yeah, well, King Hate doesn't. I don't know about, maybe not our friend here either. So nades, I wonder if they have like 70,000 rounds of ammo or something like that. Nades are super important in competitive. So they know they're in there. You can hear them. Uh-oh. Monkey Wizard's down. They should be pushing this again. Sounds like they're going to. Don't you dare try to finish that. Oh, man. That sucks. With almost 0 HP. Oh, boy. The level 3 vest did him some favors there, but let's watch that last part again. I think there was a little bit more they could have done to make that a winnable situation. So, like, nades aside, Monkey Wizard goes... let's do this instead. We'll go a little further back. All right. We'll start about here. All right, so... Shh, Murado. All right. So, for King Hate, what I would maybe have done is hold this angle instead. Yeah, there's nothing they can do. I mean, this is all hindsight, obviously. They don't really know what they can and can't do. So, for Monkey Wizard, I like what he's doing. But, again, I would be held around here, maybe. But even a little bit further back, around, like, even if they kind of switch spots... If Monkey Wizard comes down to here, where King Hate is, so we can see the windows, and then King Hate comes down over here. Sorry, over here to this angle, because that will force a very narrow peak. The only thing that would be problematic in that situation... Oh, no, because the door would open this way. Yeah, because they would have to come out the windows or out the front door, and if you're held here on this angle, they can't shoot at you, and you can shoot them when they come out. So you have to have, like, kind of flexibility in your positioning. And they didn't really do that. They kind of... Like, Monkey Wizard's angle only gives... I mean, first of all, pre-aim the window. Always, like, you aim at the place where the players are going to be. Don't wait to aim at them when you see them. And start shooting now. Like, just start shooting. There we go. Like, pre-fire it. Yeah, see, that's the reason. Is if you're pre-firing that angle, like, if you keep seeing the guy re-peek it over and over again, at least in Monkey Wizard's case, maybe he lands a headshot or something that takes him down very low to the point that where, like, he's already taken some damage from something, probably a shot or two. But maybe if you do a little bit more damage to him, it gives him some pause. He has to med, that kind of thing. But him going down in this situation now puts all the pressure onto King Hate, who now rotates around... maybe thinking of the res. I would throw a smoke here as well. Throw a smoke on your teammate, but that also clouds this area, so I think King Hate just wants to clutch. Doesn't take almost any damage. Yeah, but I don't know. He kind of pressed wide out of cover as well. Like, if he just holds this angle here... Let me watch and see how he does that again. All right, yeah. So King Hate... Again, thinking of angles, is you know that these guys only have one thing to do, and that's come around this wall, okay? So if you know that, you hold this angle here and peek, like peek this angle. That way they have to come all the way around or show you their entire upper body to shoot you, because they can't lean out around this thing. So you just hold this corner angle, And even if you want to, like, you don't have to lean and hold it, like, but he's taken his whole body out of cover. And I think he can, yeah, I mean, he's got the right idea. He's just leaning. And King Hate seems to have the bad habit of moving and leaning at the same time while well, I mean, that's not the worst ever, but in his case, it's costing him a little bit of accuracy, time to kill, whatever you want to call it. Both of these guys had level 3 armor, to be fair, so... And as I suspected, the first shot that hits him takes his armor. That's how close this was. Like, he came running out to press this fight instead of being patient. And that first shot in the upper body destroys his armor, and that's the reason why he lost. Just like that. So, yeah. So that's kind of my breakdown of that last fight. I don't think that in many other instances Lord Kamikaze would win that. I think that these guys didn't really play very well as a team, not for any skill reason, but just from a cohesion standpoint, maybe just playing a little bit together. There wasn't a lot of players in this lobby, but at the same time, most of the match was them just kind of walking around, looting, that kind of stuff. So some interesting points for sure. I guess the lessons learned in this particular video is to try and support your teammates with good positioning, and don't ever put yourself in a situation where you can't be in a good spot to aid your teammate if something isn't going well, especially in the later half of the game. The second part would be in an endgame situation to give yourself as much of a chance to win as possible, and just kind of think if these guys are like, if they at some point both knew that these guys were in the house, just kind of play the angles. You had options here. You have this angle here, and if you're gonna hold this spot over here, just kind of, you know, play the angle, make them come to you, and that way, like if he comes, like you saw it with the first guy here, is Elitist Jerk, when he comes running around here, he has his gun down and just gets nuked. He doesn't do any damage. But in this case, King Hate puts himself way out of position and gives himself an easy target for Lord Kamikaze here, who still almost lost the fight. Like, that was very, very close. So overall, a decent game. Interested to know what this tournament was from, but if you guys have any questions about duo gameplay or squad gameplay, leave it down below. And don't forget that you can submit your replay to PUBG Academy in the link down below. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at wtfmoses and on Twitch at twitch.tv/wtfmoses. So thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you out there.